Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali. I have been doing really well writing my latest novel, and so it's intense. It's intense writing a book. So I'm taking a break to not talk about these ridiculous people. I'm not even sure if I'll get Beyonce's mother's name right. I think it's Tina Knowles. And she's as despicable as her face looks, where she is just hard and brutal and cold, and she part of the game. Beyonce, in my conclusion, is a full out satanic witch. So almost all these celebrities, especially black ones, if you're going to make it up there, that's what you got to do. That's why we see all of them, because the UN just came out saying we really have to gain control over the human population. And they're espousing that freedom of speech has been taken a bit too far, and some speech isn't good, and some speech is really bad, and all the rest of this sort of nonsense. So now you see a whole legion of black celebrities, like, what's his name? Marlon Wayans, I think it is. I'm not sure. Just came out and said that his daughter is now his son. No, she's still your daughter. She's just right up in there in the satanic coven with all of you guys. And you guys are in ground zero MK Ultra Programming Center, and you volunteered because you're that damn greedy. And so the chick, her mother's saying that the trolls, and they're not trolling, they're just telling her the truth. And when you tell the truth, you're not trolling, okay? That they're racist for excoriating this chick for getting her skin ridiculously light. And yo, dude, where's Wendy Williams right now? Talk about someone who went through massive quantities of skin lightening. She can't be anywhere in public because she has poisoned her brain. And I knew as soon as I saw this with the Super Bowl thing, and she came out and she's supposed to be representing the Black Panthers. She is supposed to be also super pro-black. And she came out with that fake damn weave, super blonde. She ain't never changed it. She never will. On her head. And I noticed she was even made sure she was the lightest skinned one out there to begin with. And then here, black is king? What? I broke this video down into what all the actual metaphorical meaning was. This was a completely satanic fest, and she never stops peddling her favorite goat. And so this is not racist to tell the truth about how controlled and dysfunctional this chick is. I feel so sorry for their daughter. I'm quite sure at a certain point in time they're gonna just offer her up to get all sutured and hacked to pieces when she looks as beautiful as Nina Simone, but not in the mind of folks this friggin' out of their goddamn sensibility. And just to confirm, because it seems like Daily Mail took the article out where the mom was saying, oh, you guys are racist because it looked ridiculous. It looked ridiculous. But here they're trying to link it all. Is it really, racist to make fun of somebody over their skin? No, she was making ultimate self-destructional fun of her own skin. But ultimately, it's all distraction. Because this is what they don't want you to pay attention to. That I go and I see, and I'm going to try to flip through because I got so much data. It's crazy. And then on top of that, I read the books written by nuclear scientists just so that I can prove to myself, well, you know what, Sister Ajali, and I'm not calling myself by the third person. I'm just saying, I want to make sure when I present data to you, I'm giving you the facts. Because I'm not here to fearmonger you. I'm here to say that the reason why they hide what I talk about is because I have also found the cures. And so here you have more young Americans are dying, and it's not that thing that I could, go on about. But yeah, I bet you they still censor what I would have to say about it. That, you'd have a better time finding dust bunnies in a hypoallergenic closed room than you would of finding that stuff. But anyway, why aren't we searching for answers? Because that's what the satanic elite want. They want people to die. Henry Kissinger, he just died, and he was the one who put U.S. soldiers in front of nuclear bombs because they were testing what's going to happen. They didn't put them right in the blast zone. And they put them where the radiation would reach them. And so when we see folks dying, and I've been going on about all sorts of things since Fukushima, and now they're saying get ready for the next lockdown, because they can't put the radioactive genie back in the bottle, right? And so they're going to come up with all these juxtaposition. It's comical to watch them if they weren't bloodthirsty mass murderers. It's comical to watch them. So now it's like, now in Massachusetts, hit by big wave of white lung pneumonia in children. I'm going to go over the children. They don't mind killing anybody, even their own, all right? As Ohio County issues similar warning after China and Europe saw a surge in cases and hospitalizations. Oh, stop. This was the meme I did. Here's a fire. Perfectly blue skies all around the fire. Here's what was happening in New York because they were burning the Canadian forests that had absorbed massive quantities of Fukushima radiation. Once again, let's watch where the explosion from Fukushima, this is only 2 isotopes they're studying. There were well over 2,000. Where's it going? Bam! Right into the West Coast and right on up to Canada. Right on up to Canada. So would you ever see them orange skies before when there were California fires? And then you saw them again years and years later over New York City. Okay? So these guys, this is an article from 2019, and they just figure that no one's going to remember all this stuff, or we're going to be so overwhelmed by, these celebrities out here doing one ridiculous thing after another, that we won't collect the data. Invisible ash particles and toxic fumes from the California wildfires could leave residents coughing for years and at risk for cancer. Suddenly, you've never heard them talk about any wildfire before, leading to cancers, even if the folks live 200 miles from the blazes, okay? And just to cover the trajectory, here's a recent article sent to me by Dr. Shi about Kentucky horses dying. I've been talking about the horses dying because we're all organic matter and we are affected by radiation where it destroys our matter, and then that means we die. Kentucky Derby equine deaths, horse deaths. This is just the other day from 11/27/23, where they're like, what the heck is going on? And they're even trying to come up with a reason. Was it the EMF? Not if there was an origin where there's been EMF towers launched all over the planet. How come these deaths that I was reporting about started in California, started at Santa Anita, right? 22nd death at the famed racetrack since December 26th. This is an article from 2019. And the stuff, it gets in your food and in your water. And this is the reason why they increase the allowable level, according to Dr. Rosalie Bertel, who let me know. If killing each other becomes part of our culture, suddenly the way that they handle the law, the way that they handle morality becomes different. Just like with the Roman arena. People were dying to see other people getting slaughtered. So that becomes part of the culture. That's the way that they look at radiation. If we're going to listen to a sister like me, not assist me, not share the warning so that we could save our children, then that's part of the culture. You okay with it? You okay with it? You want to hear more about Beyonce and her pitiful lack of self-respect. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at her, okay? And so here it goes. It's in our food, too. This isn't even because it was imported from Fukushima, which they're doing right now, so they can increase the amount of radiation, even though you don't need a lot. And the reason why we all didn't drop dead instantly, that's why they love radiation as their favorite mass slaughtering genocide or weapon, is because it could take time before we all start dying. But, ta-da! It's happening. It's happening. And I've gone over this before. The levels rise because there's so much radiation in those facilities. They turn everything around them radioactive. And those cores, I don't know where they are. All I know is they destabilize the tectonic plates of our whole friggin' planet. Go check out Iceland, right? They're still emitting massive quantities of radiation. They affect the climate. The explosion put up tens of thousands of radioactive debris times the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bomb, and this is according to Japanese professors, into the atmosphere. I'm going to go over that too. In the meantime, changes in congenital anomaly incident in West Coast and Pacific States, U.S. after arrival of Fukushima fallout. It was such an aberration, even though all these nuclear facilities are poisoning all life. 6,000% increase in cancer rates at Fukushima site. 6,000%, right? Mystery cancers. I said I was going to get to the children. Here they come. Cropping up in children in aftermath of Fukushima. I understand they're dying now. They're dying. I don't even know when this article, I think it's got to be at least a couple years ago. But, yeah, I'm going to just go. Oh, okay. This is 2014. I do believe that's what that says. Let me enlarge it and then I can verify for you and me. Yep. 2016. 2016. And here, Fukushima diary, where 180 times as much radioactive cesium detected in fish from Fukushima. This is brand new. This ain't like, oh, this is an old story. This was an article written, on the 5th of June, 2023. That's when they tested the fish. Ain't going down. And it doesn't matter. The IAEA admits this was shortly after Fukushima. I told you I got articles and articles. It's good to have somebody like me on our beautiful black side. I'm not saying that is a choice for me. That's just in my nature and in my love of us. That ain't ever changing. I'm just saying, support your sister. IAEA admits there is no such thing as safe levels of radiation. This is the same organization that had the map. Right here, I have it. I just, pulled it out because I just, that is ridiculous. That's ridiculous right there, what's going on, okay? I'm with you where I'm like, what the hell? But this was the Maris map from the IAEA that they got rid of. Because I kept telling you all the sea moss. There is not a section of our waterways that have not been found contaminated with radiation. So I don't want to hear anything from somebody who's like, oh, but I get my sea moss from Acapulco. I get it from Ethiopia. What do you think is up over here? All right? Up over there. Radiation. And up over here is a fool who's being used. Here we go. TEPCO admits deliberately using radiation detectors that give deceptively low readings. Radiation leaks far worse than reported. These guys, they lie. Right? 15,000 baby sea lions estimated dead as Pacific sea life dies. Where was this happening first? This is an article from 2015, right after Fukushima. And all the news agencies ignored it. Mysterious illness, what I'm talking about, it went on up, it's circling through the troposphere. It comes down with the rain, but there's so much of it up there, it ain't coming down fast enough. They had to change the whole airline industry. But those private planes, oh my God, families, whole families getting up in their little putt-putt planes, your little Cessnas, the little whatever the heck, Pipers, and crashing and dying. I never knew the name of different planes. I know it because I collect their unfortunate obituaries also. Okay, so mysterious illness strikes hundreds of flight attendants, causes rashes and hair loss. Are toxic uniforms really to blame, or is it Fukushima? That's what they gave them a cockamamie excuse. It was the uniforms. What would be in their uniforms that was so different from ordinary fabric for everybody else that right after Fukushima, these uniforms would suddenly be causing their hair to fall out? And this is from 2012, okay? And here we go. More to the children just to show. This started in California. A paralyzing illness is on the rise but continues to mystify the doctors. You know, and they say in this one, oh, it's all over the world. It's all over the world, okay? Doctors probe polio-like illness in California kids. I don't know why white people insist on calling their children the N-word for children. But if they want to go with it, I honor children, right? But that's your children. That's your culture to call them little baby goats. Right? So this article is from February 24, 2014. And this is my archive of the video I did going over the polio-like illness. So this is, for me, back in 2014. Cases of polio-like illness may increase among children. How did they know? If this all of a sudden pops up, what's the causality that you ain't mentioning, okay? We know about the CDC now, don't we? But I just want to show, same article when I caught it, when they still had even the news announcer reporting about this mysterious illness, okay? And it started with California children. So this chick is a Satanist who knows. So she may not know. She's a little too ditzy to know. If she's anyone who agrees to go along with killing off the only planet any of us have, you ain't too swift. Right, Taylor? This is meant to keep us from doing what must be done because our human nature tells us it's where the crowd's going. It's like when you see a flock of birds and they're all nice and calm and peaceful, you just drop a penny all the way off to the side of where those birds are, and the first one will fly, and then all the other 1,000 of them will just lift up into the air. Right? That's programming, though, what they're doing. It's deliberate genocide to take advantage of what was created by Allah himself to be a beautiful thing, for us to want to get together and talk and share and build with each other. They're taking advantage of our beautiful nature with some ridiculous rubbernecking garbage that is going to put our very children in danger. Right? Go on over to 25,000-year cycle.org. Now more than ever, definitely, because writing this novel, I really can't be here. I wish I could read it to you. I am, toning it down a little bit so that I could do an audio book, and as I'm reading it, you don't have to rewind to say, well, what does she mean? And it's actually making it in a more profound book where the characters are just so intensively real that this is a book that I would be mad at myself if I don't finish this book for you. And so I need your help. I thank you you beautiful persons who have come in and bought the soap. It was 3 beautiful people. I need like 5,000 of us to come in and purchase. Just scroll on through. There's healing here. We're not like them folks. Okay? We're not like them. We don't profit off your sickliness. We want you to come get what you need. We will help you get the knowledge so you can cure yourself. You can still go on down to the let's chat. And you can talk to Dr. She yourself. That brother is amazing. Amazing. The knowledge he has gained is vast. Because when Dr. Africa passed, that brother said, who's going to replace him? I'm not saying that's what he's saying he's going to do, but he knows we need to keep building and separating from the lunacy. So everything up here is about healing and just, oh my goodness gracious, I want to scroll thick on my soap. So just come on through and get your heel on. All right. Straight Black family pride is our map to forever. Peace and blessings.